Wow, I think the presentations we've seen today are amazing. Picking up our colleagues' perspective around the 4 Ps, being in a room full of participants today does make a massive difference when we start to challenge and tackle hate crime. We've had some very powerful people and speakers today with what they've got to say, and actually their personal experiences of hate crime, which even after 24 years of policing I still find horrific. To listen to the stories of victims of hate crime. It still unnerves me, and behind this uniform there is a human being. And I cannot believe, even in these modern times, that as human beings we treat each other the way we do. And I'll come on to where we go from here shortly, but this is the start of the beginning, I think, for us, particularly in Bournemouth, particularly in Dorset, and also in support of national hate crime awareness and actually trying to do something about it and tackle it. We heard from James from the CPS with regards to the sensitivity that such a big organisation places in support of victims of hate crime. And I think, to be fair, my engagement with hate crime victims, they're not aware of that, and it's down to us as a group to sell that message. We've heard from James quite a lot this afternoon with regards to what the university have done with Jane's support and with the theatre learning support around introducing young people and young people generation in identifying hate crime at an early age. I've been in a position, and also more importantly for me, feel empowered to do something about it. And I think that's really, it's a great package. And I think there might be a journey where we steal that with pride and we take it to some other places and venues, because I think it's so impactful. You mentioned Cut Your Strings, which was a university production to support Dorset criminal justice processes reduction and proactivity to support domestic abuse. And I don't think we should underestimate the impact of these videos, because when it comes to going to court, for example, a picture paints 1,000 words, and actually those videos are really impactful. So make sure you get that hashtag, make sure you get on Facebook, and when these videos are available, let's make sure we distribute it, because it did have a significant impact on our targeting of domestic abuse offenders, and it also empowered victims of domestic abuse. I should have got Sue to do my speech. But what it does is those videos through social media gives empowerment to victims of hate crime to come forward, and I think we need to embrace that and make sure we take that on our journey. Sophie, thank you for being honest. Thank you for sharing your experiences, horrific as they are, but actually I think it paints a picture with regards to exactly what life is like out there for people who suffer from hate crime. And it's with great sadness we know that we have a significant amount of underreporting from hate crime victims, and that's something that I want to work together in the prejudice-free meeting that I'll talk about shortly, together to make a difference. It can't be right that a young lady, a young man, from any walk of life under the hate crime banner is subjected to at least 25 incidents on average before they get the courage to come forward to any agency to report it. That cannot be right. And going forward, we need to work together to make a difference. And with that, I'm grateful to James for allowing me to close today, because I want to sell the message of a meeting forum, and I don't like the word meeting. It's a gathering of collective people with a vested interest in making a difference in driving out hate crime, and it's called Prejudice Free Dorset. It's not a targeting meeting to name and shame. It's not a prosecution of hate crime offenders. Its intention is to work together with like-minded people to make sure that we make an impact in influencing cultural differences in Dorset to prevent and deter hate crime. There are many people from the Prejudice Free Dorset meeting here today. I'm sure they'll make themselves known at the end if you want to have a chat with them about what it's all about, but I would welcome anybody to come to that meeting. It is not a private or public sector meeting. It's a group of like-minded people that want to make a difference in challenging hate crime in Dorset, and I'd welcome any of you to come along. We've now got to go out and sell a message. And that message is not just simply report it to the police. Of course you can do that, and there are a whole host of ways of doing that in these modern times, through the website, through the phone, through whatever. But actually, when you've got victims of crime that don't want to come and talk to this uniform, they want to talk to a human being, there are a number of third parties that you can allow and support victims of crime to refer to before the crime or incident, hate incident, comes into us. They include supporting agencies like Access Dorset, People First, the Intercom Trust, Dorset Race Equality Council, Custody Bock, Citizens Advice Bureau, AFC Bournemouth, our neighbourhood policing staff at the back of the room today, Ian and Adam from Dorset Police's neighbourhood policing team, the student union here at the university and the university themselves are all third parties who can support victims of hate crime in getting in touch with the police to make that difference. I'm going to be the first one today to mention the B word, really sorry. We've got an opportunity with Brexit coming up to support victims of hate crime. I'm not making presumptions or assumptions, but we're going to go through a difficult period as a nation and in this locality to make sure that we don't allow, or we aren't the bystanders which sees hate crime increase as a result of Brexit. So we've got a short-term window to make an impact and make a significant impact at that. Going forward, to pick up on what Sophie said, it resonated with me as we stand together. Everybody in this room now, I believe, has a commitment to make a difference going forward, and together we can make it happen. But before I sign off, James, I just want to thank you as Bournemouth University for not only hosting today and welcoming us into the campus, but also the huge commitment that you've all put into making hate crime awareness more impactful. Grateful to all the students for offering your voice today and actually allowing us to understand your journey through the process, and obviously supporting us going forward with regards to getting this out on social media to make those videos that are available impactful and to drive down hate crime. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support. Thank you for coming today. Just last thing for me is have a safe journey home. It's great to see you all. Thank you.
Thank you.